Hello everyone, my name is Shervano and today I'm going to talk about what I learned from the Google UX Design Certificate program which I enrolled this year from Beacon House National University. This course was a really interesting and helpful experience for me. It gave me a lot of knowledge about user experience design and how to create products that are useful, easy to use and enjoyable for people. The course was structured in a way that kept me engaged with quizzes, assignments, readings, and practical projects that helped me learn step by step. To start, this course taught me what UX design actually means. UX design stands for user experience design, and the goal of UX design is to make sure users have a smooth and positive experience when they use a product like an app or website. It's not just about making something look good, it's about making sure it helps well for people. For example, if you open a food delivery app and you cannot figure out how to place an order, that's a bad user experience. A UX design would make changes so the app becomes easy to use. This course helped me understand how important it is to think about the user's need, not just the product itself. The course introduced me to the UX design process, which was one of the most helpful parts for me. This process was 5 steps, emphasizing with the users, defining their programs, brainstorming ideas, creating designs, and testing those designs. I learned that following this process helps you design better solutions. In first step, I learned to emphasize with users, which means understanding their needs, feelings, and challenges. I practiced methods like user interviews and surveys to get to know what people struggle with when using certain products. For example, if someone finds a study app confusing, I would ask them questions to figure out what specifically bothers them. This step showed me how important it is to listen to real users instead of making guesses about what they need. Next, I learned how to define the problems based on the research I collected. I learned to brainstorm ideas to solve the problems. This step was really fun because I got to think creatively. The course introduced me to brainstorming techniques like Crazy Eats, where I sketched 8 ideas in just 8 minutes. It was an assignment. I had the most technical part in this quiz for me was quizzes, because the final quizzes, which were the end of the module quiz, because we only had 3 tries and sometimes the quiz used to come a bit tricky, जिसमें मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता था. I guess maximum 5 होने चाहिए थे, but overall it was a good experience. I also created some of my own assignments to help myself go through this course. I learned to define the problems based on the research I collected. Here I practiced creating things like user personas and problem statements. A user persona is like a fictional character that represents the type of user you're designing for. For instance, I created a user persona named Ali, who is a university student. Ali needs an essay to use study app to manage his time, but he struggles with complicated layouts. Defining the problem clearly made it easier for me to focus on the right solutions. After I learned to brainstorm ideas to solve the problems, this step was really fun because I got to think creatively. The course introduced me to brainstorming techniques like Crazy Eats, that I have mentioned before as well, where I sketched 8 ideas in the 8 minutes, which was an assignment. At first, it felt challenging to think so fast, but it really pushed me to come up with creative and unique solutions. This step showed me that it's better to have many ideas to choose from instead of just sticking with the first one that comes to mind. Once I had my ideas, I learned how to create prototypes. A prototype is like a rough draft for your design. I used a tool um, called Figma to make frameworks and prototypes, which helped me turn my ideas into real interactive designs. For example, if I was designing a study app, I would create a simple layout for the home screen, showing features like reminders, tasks, and notes. Prototypes allowed me to see how the design would look and work before it finalized. One of the most important lessons I learned in this course was testing my designs with users. Testing helped me see what worked and what didn't. I would share my prototypes with people and ask for their feedbacks. Those people was my family actually. Sometimes users pointed out things I didn't notice, like a button being hard to find, or a feature being confusing. This step taught me that testing and improving the design is a key part of UX, and no design is perfect on the first try. This course also introduced me several tools that UX designers use. The most useful tool I learned was Figma, which I used to create wireframes and prototypes. And I also use tools like Google Sheets to organize user research, and Miro for Miro or Miro, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Miro or Miro for brainstorming and creating user flows. Learning these tools was a great experience because they made the design process more organized and efficient. Another thing I appreciated about the course was how practical it was. It wasn't just about reading or watching videos. There were assignments, quizzes, and projects that helped me apply what I was learning. For example, one of my projects was to redesign a food delivery app. I started my researching what users struggle with, like unclear menus or confusing navigation. Then I followed the UX process to create a better design that was easier to use. Another project I worked on was a wellness app where I designed features like guided meditations and daily mood tracks to help people relax and take care of their mental health. These projects were exciting because they allowed me to solve real problems and see the results of my work. Throughout the course, I faced some challenges as well. Sometimes it was hard to come up with good ideas, or I struggled to make my designs look just right. But I learned that the key to UX design is to keep improving. It's okay if the first version of a design isn't perfect. The important thing is to test, get feedback, and keep making challenges until the design works well for the user. This course helped me develop patience and taught me that design is a step-by-step process. Overall, the Google UX Design Certificate program was an extremely valuable experience for me. It taught me how to understand users, follow the UX design process, and use tools like Figma to create designs. I learned to solve problems creatively and to test and improve my ideas. The assignments, quizzes, and projects made me learn made the learning process interesting and practical, and I feel much more confident in my ability to design products that people will love to use. It, as I told as I told you earlier, this had 7 courses and it had 5 to 6 modules in each course, which was a bit lengthy one, but overall it was very interesting and helpful as well. And the other thing is that I before, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I also worked on Figma, and to be very honest, I enjoyed it a lot. I also designed Food Panda app on Figma, and also I designed I created it. I recreated it basically. It was not running, it was just for my practice. I created Food Panda app, I created Twitter and Facebook as well, and also I don't know the name of that website, but I created that website on Figma as well, which was very interesting. And I really want to work on Figma in my future as a profession, because ये वाहिद चीज़ है जो मुझे मज़े की लगी थी. I took classes of it before even knowing about this course, and जब मैंने ये कोर्स देखा कि ये ऑफ़र हो रहा है, तो I just enrolled into it without even thinking for once. और मुझे काफ़ी मज़ा आया. और सबसे मज़े की बात ये थी कि इसमें हर कोर्स के बाद आपको क्विज़ेस वगैरह दिए जाते थे और असाइनमेंट्स दी जाती थी, और उसमें आपने इंटरेक्ट भी करना होता था लोगों के साथ. दैट वाज अ फन पार्ट, एंड ओवरऑल आई रियली एंजॉयड दिस कोर्स. और इसमें जो सबसे मज़े की बात और ये भी थी कि आपको अगर कोई क्विज़ वगैरह गलत हो जाता था, तो उसमें आपको वो गाइड करते थे कि ये आंसर नहीं, इसका ये आंसर है, या फिर दे यूज्ड टू आस्क यू टू गो बैक टू द वीडियो एंड फॉलो इट एंड डू इट अगैन. ये भी काफ़ी अच्छा था. और उसमें ये भी था कि if you're not prepared for the quiz well, or you couldn't secure a good percentage, you can do the quiz again. तो वो थोड़ी सी तसल्ली हो जाती थी कि अगर एक गो में नहीं हुआ तो फिर अगले गो में हो जाएगा. that was also a good part of it. ओवरऑल मुझे असाइनमेंट्स करने में बहुत मज़ा आया, उसमें बहुत कुछ सीखने को भी मिला, and also it was a really good experience. and I've heard कि यहाँ पे बिगन हाउस नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ इनका लाइसेंस जो है वो एक्सपायर हो रहा है, which made me a bit sad because these courses last year मैंने वो चूज़ किया था, गूगल डिजिटल मार्केटिंग एंड ई-कॉमर्स. वो भी मुझे बहुत मज़े का लगा था. और इस साल मैंने यूएक्स डिज़ाइनिंग चूज़ किया, तो वो भी मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा लगा. एंड आई वाज प्लानिंग कि अगले साल भी मैं कोई यहाँ से चूज़ करूँगी, बट आई हर्ड कि वो इनका लाइसेंस एक्सपायर हो रहा है, तो इट मेड मी रियली सैड एंड आई होप कि गूगल के साथ आगे जाके ये यूनिवर्सिटी जो है दोबारा कोलैबोरेट करेगी और गूगल वाले भी नए कोर्सेज़ लेके आएंगे हमारे लिए, जो कि हमारे लिए आगे हेल्पफुल होंगे, बिकॉज दिस टाइम टुडे इज़ टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड एंड टेक्नोलॉजी के बगैर तो आजकल कुछ भी नहीं है. सो दीज कोर्सेज आर रियली हेल्पफुल एंड इस कोर्स में मुझे वाकई बहुत मज़ा आया था, क्योंकि मैंने पहले भी ये किया हुआ है. मैंने काफ़ी कुछ डिज़ाइन किया हुआ है ऐप के ऊपर, फिग्मा के ऊपर. मुझे बहुत मज़ा आता है काम करके एंड आई हैव लर्नड अ लॉट फ्रॉम दिस. मेरी लर्निंग्स में इजाफा हुआ है ये पढ़ के. और या मोर ओवर इस क्विज़ में मुझे काफ़ी डिफ़िकल्टीज़ भी हुई थी कि जो एक आई थिंक मॉड्यूल 4 था कि 5 था, जिसमें आई कुडंट पास द फाइनल क्विज़, जिसकी वजह से मुझे आई कम्प्लीटेड द होल 3 अटैम्प्ट्स और उसके बावजूद भी मेरी आई थिंक 80% से कम आ रही थी, 70 समथिंग आ रही थी, विच वॉज़ नॉट पासिंग. सो आई स्ट्रगल्ड इन दैट अ लॉट. और उसमें मुझे काफ़ी इशू भी आ रहा था, जो कि पिछली दफ़ा मेरे साथ नहीं हुआ था, बट उस एक क्विज़ ने भी मुझे काफ़ी कुछ सिखाया था. एंड उसके अलावा जो असाइनमेंट्स होती थी, जो आपने नीचे कमेंट्स करके लोगों से इंगेज होना होता था, वो भी काफ़ी मज़े का होता था. आई यूज्ड टू रीड द कमेंट्स एज वेल, विच वर रियली इंटरेस्टिंग टू मी. और इनके जो फ्लैश कार्ड्स होते थे वो भी बहुत मज़े के होते थे. आई यूज्ड टू रीड देम ऑल and it was overall a really good experience. And I was thinking कि BNU के अलावा भी अगर ये कहीं पे मुझे कोर्सेज इस तरह के मिले तो I will definitely enroll into them, क्योंकि इसमें काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को वाकई मिलता है. And और जो क्विज़ेज़ आई थिंक क्विज़ेज़ थोड़े बहुत इस दफ़ा वाले ट्रिकी थे, क्योंकि आई डोंट नो, जबकि हालांकि मैंने काफ़ी ये कोर्सेज़ लिए हुए हैं, मतलब मैंने ये कोर्स लेने से पहले सीखा हुआ भी है बहुत कुछ फिग्मा के ऊपर, बट दिस कोर्स वाज अ बिट चैलेंजिंग और इसने मुझे काफ़ी टफ़ टाइम भी दिया है इस दफ़ा, बिकॉज दिस कोर्स वाज अ बिट लेंथी एज़ वेल. पिछला वाला नहीं था इतना लेंथी, इस दफ़ा वाला थोड़ा लेंथी भी था और काफ़ी मुश्किल भी था. कुछ जो क्विज़ेस थे मुश्किल भी थे, कुछ असाइनमेंट्स भी मुश्किल थी, और वो जो रिसर्च पेपर्स वाला समथिंग था कुछ, वो भी काफ़ी ट्रिकी था. बट आई लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम दिस कोर्स. और आई वाज थिंकिंग कि मैं आगे जाके मेरे कुछ कज़न्स जो कि इस फील्ड में इन हैं, आई वुड डेफिनेटली रिकमेंड देम टू इनरोल इनटू दिस कोर्स. बेशक उनकी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ वाले ना वो ऑफ़र कर रहे हों, बट आई विल डेफिनेटली suggest them to enroll into this quiz, because this really helps you in future. क्योंकि आजकल तो वैसे भी टेक्नोलॉजी का ज़माना है, तो उसमें ऑलरेडी ये चीज़ें सीखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. बाकी आई रियली एंजॉयड दिस एंड अगेन आई वुड से कि आई होप कि इस दफ़ा के मतलब अगले सेमेस्टर में भी गूगल करियर सर्टिफिकेट्स जो हैं वो हमें कुछ नए कोर्सेज़ ला के दें, जिसमें हम इनरोल करके बहुत कुछ सीखें. बिकॉज इस एक साल में आई हैव लर्नड अ लॉट विद दीज कोर्सेज़, और काफ़ी कुछ नया सीखने को मिला मुझे, और काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग भी था. एंड इट बिकेम माई इट वॉज़ अ पार्ट ऑफ माई डेली रूटीन के रोज़ बैठ के मैं दिन के 2 घंटे तो मैक्स दिया करती थी इस कोर्स को, एंड आई विल डेफिनेटली मिस इट एज़ वेल. और काफ़ी इंगेजिंग था और काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग था एंड आई होप कि मुझे और नए कोर्सेज करने का मौका भी मिलेगा इनकी तरफ से एंड या आई होप दिस वीडियो हेल्प्स आउट पीपल जो कि आगे कुछ इस कोर्स में इनरोल करने का सोच रहे हैं एंड आई वुड ऑल्सो सजेस्ट देम कि हर मॉड्यूल के एंड में जो ग्लोसरी है वो ज़रा अच्छे तरीके से पढ़ के दें क्योंकि आई हैव स्ट्रगल्ड दिस सेमेस्टर आखिरी कोर्सेज में ख़ास तौर पे द मॉड्यूल 5 बट अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई मेड इट एंड आई completed it and it was a really good experience and yeah I hope जो भी मेरी ये आगे अगर कोई सुने तो आई होप कि दे ऑल्सो enroll into this course because it's really interesting and informative. Thank you.